What's up, everybody? Welcome to Paper Battles. Today we're going to be taking a look at Koby versus Reiju here. Reiju looks like they took the play from Koby. This should be a pretty interesting matchup. Reiju, most of its deal is either going aggressive or just swinging into other characters, and then Koby, again, the swinging based removal deck, right? The removal deck that removes your characters by swinging into them. That's kind of their forte, as most of their characters are going to have pseudo character rush here. But Sanji on the one side, and then the other searcher, I cannot remember the name of that card. Now I gotta look it up. But I gotta look at the top five, gonna try to find themselves a sword card. That is Helmeppo out of the hand there. Helmeppo pretty solid in this deck, right? It's your key piece to get out good old Koby. Koby being one of the best cards in your deck for sure. But I have no idea. Kujaku? Is that what the card's called? Oh, yeah, Kujaku. Just a one-drop searcher, finds a navy card, and then you can trash the character to give a character plus 1,000 power for the turn. So looks like we played out the blocker as well. This is a one-drop blocker. It is a conditional blocker. You do need a black navy card other than that character in play for it to be a blocker. So right now it's just a little one drop staring at you. So we just take the 7k hit and then pass on back. Some pretty awesome Dawn from the Koby player. Looks like they're all wanted posters. And up to 4 Dawn. Koby definitely likes the even curve, so pretty happy to get the even curve here, as Reiju was forced to go first. No Portia into Ichiji on the first turn, or on the second turn for Reiju, which is a good thing to see as the Koby player, as that's an incredibly aggressive play. We're gonna look at top 5. We're gonna search again with Kujaku. Look for another navy card here. It looks like we've got a few options. We've got looks like the blocker that minuses power, a few additional searchers, and then I believe that is the other power reduction card, Hibari. So a lot of power reduction in this deck. There's a combination of power reduction as well as swinging with cards with rush, pseudo rush. Really allows them to kind of try to clean up characters in their own way here. But looking at that top 5, we're just going to pick up a brand new here. Just going to continue to search, maybe search trade here. We might just use the other 2 Dawn. And yeah, just going to continue to search as much as possible here. Try to find what they need. I think there's specific pieces this deck's looking for here. I'm going to look top 3, grab a Davy card. Going to grab a 2k, discard the rest off of Brand-New's effect. That's just a nice little 2k. I believe it gives something active rush, right? So you can swing into something with active. We're going to see a 6k go into lead, get a 2k counter out of it. And yeah, Koby's board is nearly doubled in size from the last turn. Reiju looking to potentially get on the board this turn. We do have a 7-drop Ichiji already in the yard, so we know that we're likely going to get one out into play this turn if the kid Ichiji's picked up here. Instead, we're going to find ourselves a 2k Reiju off the stage pitching the Reiju 4-drop Reiju draw, the one that draws cards. And we're going to see here we got 2 down. We're going to play out the Reiju that draws cards. We're going to cash it in here, and we're going to do the nice little effect where we draw 2, then we draw 1. Nice little combo for those Reiju players out there that are looking to get better at Reiju. That's definitely the order you want to play things, because if the character Reiju cares about having 5 or less cards in hand, whereas the leader does not care about hand size. So definitely always make sure you resolve that one first. We're going to see a just little 5k going to lead with the rest of the Dawn, which means still no Portia, so no explosive plays for Reiju, just attaching some Dawn to Sanji. Not sure if that's an indicator of what Reiju's got going on in their hand here. But just gonna give a few bits of counter here. We give a 1k then a 2k here, just to try to stave off some of these early aggressive hits. Just because we know the hits are gonna get harder as the game goes on, right? Once Ichiji's come down, potentially Judge, it's gonna get a whole lot harder as those hits are gonna get a whole lot higher. We see we got a Helmeppo, we've got a Koby. But really just not a great reason to play out the Koby right now, other than potentially making your leader 6k. But Reiju, there's just not a lot of targets on board right now, and honestly, if you want to counter Koby, that's how you counter it. You just don't play any characters, because if you don't play any characters out, Koby just kind of has nothing to do, right? Character rush doesn't matter if there are no characters to attack into. But looks like we're still going to play the Helmeppo out. We're still going to cash in the effect. We have 2 Kobys in hand, so might as well trash 1, draw a card off Helmeppo, put a Koby into play, replace the brand new. Koby can give himself character rush, and can also give himself the ability to attack active characters, which is pretty nice here. So it can immediately slap into the Reiju for a nice little 9k, as well as doing the ability here to give his leader plus 1k for the entire turn. 6k leaders are nothing to scoff at, especially against Reiju. Reiju typically just doesn't have enough Dawn to do additional swings if you're a 6k leader here. But we're gonna go ahead and take 2 cards from our yard, and we're gonna throw them on the bottom. And yep, we're gonna throw a brand new, and we're just swinging 9k into the Reiju. Just gonna immediately let that go. No reason to give 3 cards for that here. But now a 6k Koby, feeling pretty good here. We're gonna swing 7k into the little Sanji to completely clear board here, and then likely just a 6k at lead. And that's a pretty solid turn for Koby. I mean, that's the power of Helmeppo, right? Helmeppo just being able to put 8-drop Koby into play, able to let Koby clear something, and then able to make your leader 6k for the entire turn cycle. Very, very strong effect. And now we're gonna pass back to Reiju. Reiju, nothing on board. Likely the best play they could see here is like an Ichiji or a portion into Ichiji to try to build the board back up here. But if we see another Helmeppo into Koby, or even just a hard played Koby, right, because the Koby player will be on 8 Dawn, that is a little scary, right? Because that is a potentially 9k into a 7k here. But it looks like we are going to cash in a baby Reiju first. Gonna go ahead and draw some cards. Go up to, looks like we got 5 in hand, so we're going to draw 2 and then draw 1 off leader effect. And then now we got an Ichiji as well. We are going to set ourselves back a whole turn's Dawn, but hey, we're suiting up some pretty solid characters here. It's got Rush. It's going to give something minus 2k. That Helmeppo is now a 5, and likely we're going to see a 5k into Helmeppo here. Just trying to bait some counter out of the Kobe player's hand. Just going to counter it, and then now we see the 7k. So ultimately, if he doesn't save it here, yep, that 2k is gone. So sometimes it's good to just take the L and just let the character die, right? So that way you still have 1 2k in hand, because if you know you're gonna get a bigger swing into it, you're not gonna be able to save it anyways. So might as well not cough up the 2k when necessary. But anyways, we're gonna move up to our 8 Dawn turn. We've got the 8-drop Koby in hand, so we can potentially clear the Ichiji, but maybe that's what Reiju wants you to do, right? Reiju has a plethora of ways to just make Ichijis appear out of thin air, right? So ultimately, if this is the only Ichiji he's got to work with, and he's got a few of the 4-drops in hand, he might not be too upset about this specific character getting cleared this turn. But we're gonna see here what ends up happening. Doesn't look like he's got the Koby in hand. Koby could be just a pretty solid play just to immediately make your leader 6k again. You could just clear the Reiju and just ignore the Ichiji here. But we'll see what ends up happening here. You could play out the Koby and then use both Kujakus to make the Koby an 11k to force 3 cards out of Reiju's hand to save it 2k, 2k, 1k. Instead, we're gonna see the Hibari come down. Hibari gonna give minus 2k to something. It does have character rush, and when it attacks, it does give, I believe, your leader plus 1k, or give a character or your leader plus 1k. So it looks like we're going to swing 7k into 5k here. So a little bit of a switcheroo from last turn, right? Reiju was the one swinging minus in power and swinging 5ks, but now we're going to see the other side of it. And Reiju just not willing to give 2 cards up for it. Likely means they've got the 4-drop Ichiji in hand just to be able to put that back into play here. Again, Reiju never upset to put that allow 7-drop Ichijis to go back to the trash, because likely they've got a way to put it back into play. 4 more Dawn left for the Koby, or actually 3 Dawn left for the Koby player. Just gonna swing an 8k. Just gonna send that at face here, and gonna pass back to the Reiju's turn. Now Koby pretty good at clearing characters. Reiju also with Ichiji pretty good at clearing characters. So it's often we're just gonna be going character for character at this point, and we'll see if Koby's able to just build a board here. As most of his characters will be tapped by the time Reiju gets to look at him here, because they will be swinging character rush. We're gonna see 4 costs come down. That is good old Ichiji. So we knew it. Reiju had these 4 costs in hand. They always do, right? And we're gonna see another -2 on the Hibari. Gonna make it a 4k, and likely we're gonna be swinging some bigger swings into it here. We're gonna be baiting our opponent to try to get some counter out of hand here. Go for the easy swings before we commit to hard. We're gonna send the 5k into the 4k. I would definitely let that go, and I think, yep, the Koby player agrees with me. Definitely let that one go, because there's going to be just too many swings going into that. No reason to give cards from hand. But unfortunately, again, we're just going back and forth, taking out each other's characters. A few of these swings will be going at lead here. We're going to send a 5k at lead, just going to take that here. We're going to send a 7k at lead. Then we're going to take that as well. That's a little tough. little tough here. Yep, we're gonna have to take that one as well. Definitely when you're facing Reiju and you see a 5k come in, you see a 7k on board, definitely try to count out the 5k, just to try to save a little bit of life here. But I'm not sure what Koby's hand's amounting to here. It does look like he's got a few bricks in hand, so maybe not as much counter as I thought potentially. But we're gonna look at top 5, grab a Sanji. Well, play a Sanji, grab an Ichiji. So hey, if you kill my 7-drop Ichiji, I'm gonna play another one, and we're gonna search. We search for the Sanji, and then I was about to say we're gonna search again, but no, that is the blocker. That's the blocker from OP06. It's a 1-drop blocker if you have other German characters in play. So a little annoying, but if we have the ability to attack active, you can just clean it up, right? Just swing one of your low costs into the blocker here. But not too many cards on the field or in the hand that grant that. Basically just Koby at this point. Sengoku's a pretty good draw here. We could just Sengoku to get some of these bricks out of hand and still play Koby out, which could be pretty solid. That 1-drop Navy blocker just has not been doing anything for Koby this turn, but we'll see what ends up happening here for the turn. We're going to play out good old Kuzan. Kuzan's going to mill 3 cards, and then whenever Kuzan attacks, you can give another character. I don't believe he can give. He could potentially give himself as well. Actually, that wouldn't work that way. But he could give another character the ability to attack active. So it is something. And it looks like we're going to see another Helmeppo come down. So we're going to do the Helmeppo Koby combo. We've seen a whole lot of Kobys. We're going to pitch a different card because we've already got a Koby in the yard off the Kuzan. Going to draw a card off of Helmeppo's ability. Going to play likely the Koby back into play. We're gonna remove a Kuzan here, and maybe it would have been worthwhile to. Well, I guess you can't give Kuzan Rush because he is not a sword character, but we do have a 7k as well as a 9k here. That 9k is gonna have a Rush on active here, so likely a blocker's gonna come out and do something. But Reiju just fanning out the hand here. At least 7 or 8 cards in hand. So Reiju, a whole lot of counter power, still just sitting at 3 life. Looking a little bleak for Koby here. We're going to go ahead and swing into Reiju here and use leader ability to make his leader a nice little 6k leader for the whole turn cycle, which is going to be pretty decent to stave off some of these minor attacks here. We're just going to use the nice little blocker here to clean that up, likely threatening the fact that he's going to have enough counter to counter out of all these swings. We're going to see a 7k, we're going to see 2k, 1k out of that, and then likely might as well send the 6k at it as well. Looks like we're gonna send it a lead, but just gonna get a 2k out of hand. So Reiju completely capable at defending the entire board here. We're gonna pass back to Reiju here. Koby not potentially looking in a great spot here. Reiju, the power of Ichiji, very strong card, and the power of card draw as well. So many cards in hand for Reiju, whereas Koby's definitely dwindling here. We're gonna use stage. Gonna pitch the judge, pick up a 2k, so another 2k in hand to refill up the hand. And we've got a bit of Dawn to work with this turn. Looks like we've got 7 Dawn now to play with, and could potentially do some nonsense this turn. With having black Navy characters on board, that blocker is active, so it can in fact block. So that is something that Reiju's going to have to think about. So this may not be the turn to go for lethal, but this could be the turn to go for Helmeppo. Right? You can always be going for a Helmeppo. And we're going to see it looks like an 8k swing. Where is that going? Looks like it's going wherever it's going is getting blocked, so it doesn't really matter. And now we're going to see an 8k swing. I think this is going at leader here. 8k into lead, maybe sussing out that there's just not a lot of counter in hand. We're going to take that one here, and are we just going to go for the 8k swing into lead again? All right, let's see if we can get out of this. 2k, 1k, or 2k, 1k. Oh, I guess these are going to Helmeppo actually. 2k, 1k. Oh, he's a 6k lead. Yep. So 2k, 1k able to get out of it, and then passing back to Koby. Koby in a bit of a tough spot right now. Any character is lethal at this point, especially with Reiju going up to 9 Dawn in the next turn. And Reiju was still at 3 life. Koby kind of running out of gas here. Sengoku might be worth playing at some point just to try to get some of these mediocre cards out of hand, try to draw some additional cards. But we see the Koby still sitting in hand, rotting away. Definitely could have been played earlier in the game. But instead Kujaku is going to sacrifice themselves to swing 6k, and the 6k could be going into Reiju, I'm not sure. Looks like it's going to go into Reiju as well. Nope, these are all going to life. All right, we're gonna see. He's gonna just take the 7K, and again, not enough ways to clear, not enough ways to go. Unfortunately, I think last turn kind of sealed the deal for Koby here, as we're seeing the downfall of a true hero. Koby going out in style. We're gonna play out Koby down. Gonna give himself the ability to attack to active. Also gonna be making his leader 6K. We're gonna be swinging 9K into, looks like probably Reiju here, and go ahead and grab 2 cards out of yard, throw them under the deck to ensure that his leader remains as a good old thing. And we're gonna let the Reiju go. Likely gonna play the blocker down here. It would be a pretty good shot. So we're gonna swing 7K. The 7K is just gonna go out lead here. I think if I'm Reiju, I'm inclined to just take it, try to get as much fuel as I can for the rest of the game. And we're going to play out another blocker here. 1 blocker and a Dream. But unfortunately, Dream is pretty far away when we have rushers, as well as already having 2 characters on board plus a leader swing. Don't need a whole lot to get through that. Reiju also has a whole book in their hand. So a whole lot they're working with here. Picks up the other 7-drop for TG. I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin, regardless of how this turn goes. But we might as well just start poking face here and start doing a little bit of work. So I think we're going to potentially swing an 8K here into leader, which would require 2K, 1K to get out of it. This could really suss out his hand. So 2K, 1K means we don't have to do much work to get to finish this game here. You swing 8K and then a 5K or a 6K. 7K, yeah, 8K, 7K could potentially do it, but if that is a 2K, that is a little rough. But anyways, we have the Ichiji. Doesn't matter. No need to get Sanji into the red zone here. Instead, we're gonna play out Ichiji. Gonna draw a card. Gonna attach that last song. We're swing 8K. Again, if it was a 2K counter, he could have countered out of it and lived for another turn, and that actually could have spelled some danger. Actually, sorry, it's an 8K swing. Doesn't matter. Anyways, game's over. Forget what I just said, because I keep forgetting Koby's a 6K leader. Play more Koby. I don't know. He looks like a fun deck, but just not able to keep up against Reiju. Anyways, if you enjoy this type of content, definitely subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.